Righty, I'm back again. Um, I uh, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I think this is actually important because this whole thing, Gaza, rubbish, lies, needs to be shown, exposed for what it really is. Um, there's going to be two parts of this because it is quite long. It actually is quite funny. Like, honestly, stupid people have to actually fall for this rubbish and for this lies. And millions upon millions of money from all over the world has been pouring in. So, and there are thousands upon thousands of people who have psyoped out. They've actually psyoped all the way. They lap it up. Whatever they see, it's true. It's true. But who is actually behind this? Terrorists, Palestinians, everything. So let's get into this hogwash and have a look what's happening.
Those evil Israelis bombed civilians in Gaza, and the heroic ambulance driver is giving CPR to a little girl while speeding to the hospital. What a hero! How can I be this cynical? Do I have no heart? I do have a heart, but what you just saw is fake. It's a cheap manipulation attempt by the Palestinians using children. How can I prove it? First, let's watch that clip again. Doesn't it seem a bit strange that the guy sitting next to the driver is just filming instead of helping? And since when is it responsible or safe for an ambulance driver to perform CPR while driving?
And secondly, if, okay, this child's really and truly hurt, why isn't, okay, the child at the back getting medical help?
There is more. In the vast universe of Palestinian lies, there is an entire genre called hero ambulance driver. Let's look at a few more. Funny how there is always a cameraman in the front seat.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Before we talk about the phenomenon, let's check out a few more facts. Look at this girl. Truly heartbreaking. It doesn't look fake at all. It was posted by the page The Savior with the title A Child Harms Her Mother Who is Buried Underground. Apples,
Oh,
Israel.
please.
He wasn't the only one. I Stand With Palestine also posted it and it got 400,000 views. Suleiman Ahmed
Just actually observe. Any child, when told, can just hug the ground. The hair is clean. The clothes are clean. She, okay, looks well fed.
posted it too. 1 million views. In context, shared it with the caption, "She was killed by Israeli strikes on Gaza." Kalisa asks, how can our governments continue to support this genocide? Millions of people saw this girl. Now let's watch the original video. It really is heartbreaking. But as you can see, it was likely filmed in Iran 5 years ago after the mother died of COVID. But the Palestinians have no problem cynically using this footage. Here is a more entertaining example. Let's watch it together.
Okay. This might be my last video. This is my message for the world. We have been cut off from food, electricity, and water, and everything. And we cannot leave our house because they are killing us from inside and outside. Until now, no one has moved. We don't want you to move because of us or Palestine only. We need you to move because of the violence targeting Al-Aqsa Mosque. There is no difference between Al-Kaaba and Al-Aqsa Mosque. What are you waiting for? We don't want you to support us with food or money. We want you to move. Please move.
Before I tell you where it was filmed, let's look at some reaction. Wafa, which is the official news agencies of the Palestinian Authority, a horrific video of Palestinian journalist Muhammad Shehab, who was killed by an Israeli airstrike while recording a video of the non-stop Israeli airstrikes in Gaza.
Nothing wrong
Another
with
post.
that.
This is how the criminal Israeli occupation killed Shehab and 44 of his family. New information: 44 members of his family were killed, including him. That's 45. He even got the greatest honor in Palestinian society. He is a martyr. Don't worry. Do you know where this video was filmed? Dubai. And he seems to be living a pretty decent life there. One more quick example before we go hardcore. Using images from other countries is a beloved tactic in the
Yeah,
Palestinian
that is
state
what they
movement.
do.
Tons of material comes from Syria and Yemen. It's actually ironic. In my videos, I keep saying the world is obsessed with Gaza while ignoring the two biggest humanitarian crises in the Middle East, Syria and Yemen, where over 1 million people have died and there is actual famine. But the media doesn't care. Ironically, the
And so much of until this is pushed by until Greta, this stupid little girl from Sweden living in a first world country who I think only went to school up until the age of 12 or something. Okay, is raking in millions and millions of so-called followers follow her. First, she actually began global warming, and now Gaza. And then I basically heard her saying a couple of years ago, months ago, whatever, that oh, this war is going to actually affect the climate. And people fell for it. They fell for all this garbage, and it's carrying on up until today. Let's blame the Jews.
Palestinians take footage from those places and present it as their own suffering. They steal the pain of people who are actually suffering.
Yeah.
Because no one beats the Palestinians at victim appropriation. Remember the savior? He's back. Israel is starving babies. Palestinian Online adds that the info is from Palestinian Central Bureau of Statistics. Sounds reliable. Let's see where that image is from. Yemen, 5 years ago. And here is what Mustafa Barghouti tells us in his post. 700,000 Palestinians are starving, but he couldn't find a single image of a Palestinian child. So we used a photo of a Syrian child from 10 years ago. Classic.
How sick do you have to be until you do that? How totally and utterly demented do you have to actually be? But no, I tell you, humanitarian and all these things. And this is why be careful what you latch onto. There was a video I made the other day, and Nelson Mandela said, you okay, won't be free until Palestine is free. They got the land from the Jews years ago. I think it was in 2005. Okay? The Jewish nation gave them land. And what? They go and make hundreds and hundreds of, tunnels. Why? Because that's all they can do. Destroy and death.
What I'm about to show you next proves more than anything how sick Palestinian society really is. They use children who are suffering from genetic diseases, cancer, and rare conditions to prove that there is famine in Gaza. I hesitated about showing this. I will include a chapter so that anyone who wants to skip can do so. But I decided to include it because in order to expose them, we have to go down to their level. If you want to skip, now's the time. Look at this girl. She has a rare disease. But to the Palestinian, that's just another opportunity to attack Israel. Suleiman writes, war crime, burnt alive. Another post with 1 million views blames Israel for bombing children. This girl has cancer, but that doesn't stop them from putting her in the rubble and having her say there is no food. You can even hear them telling her to say it.
Yeah.
On her profile, it says she has cancer. And there are many more like her with rare genetic diseases. Like anywhere else, there are children in Gaza with cancer and genetic diseases. But in Gaza, there are more, and not because of Israel. I'm going to tell you something crazy you probably didn't know. In Gaza, 40% of people marry their cousins.
And that is one more thing added to this whole pot. They get married to their own family members. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to have children that are not normal, shall we rather put it like that? They don't care. Why do you think Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and all those places do not want them? Because they are riffraff. That's why.
People marry within the family, there are more genetic diseases. When I say things like this, people always comment that I'm lying. Please, don't believe me. I'm Jewish, Israeli, and Zionist. Don't believe a word I say.
Go check it out for yourself.
And if you do, you will find that I'm only scratching the surface of the massive iceberg called the Palestinian lie. There are thousands of videos like this. They are not private initiatives. It is all encouraged and orchestrated by Hamas and distributed through their official channels. If you want to see more examples, look up the page Gaza Wood. Just lie after lie after lie. Why do they do it? First of all, and you don't need a marketing expert to know this, emotional content, especially involving children, brings support. When you see an injured child, you automatically sympathize, and you automatically blame whoever hurt them. And the Palestinians have no problem taking a child with a genetic disease and presenting them as starving
Sick bad.
as long as it makes Israel look bad.
Yeah.
But here is something deeper. Victimhood is the Palestinians' only real asset. Imagine if they were honest about what they want: the destruction of
Destruction
Israel,
and death
the creation
of
of an
mankind.
Islamic state or caliphate,
Mm.
gays in prison or dead, women as the property of men. That wouldn't fly in the West. The only card they have is victimhood. That's why they play it non-stop. Open Al Jazeera right now. They are the speakers of Hamas. The headline will be about the civilians.
And funnily enough, ANC, Juju, MK, they all support this. They are on their side. Like I have been saying, be careful who you follow. Be careful.
Israel killed. Israel, according to the Palestinians, never killed a single terrorist. Thousands of fakes like this spread every day. Please help me fight them. Share this video. Post it in your pages. Send it to your friends who.
And this is the thing. We need to actually expose this lie. But the problem is the West and the bleeding hearts. Okay, let's go to the next one. More garbage.
In light of the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict, 2 videos are being shared on social media platforms with claims that
Putting on makeup to look as if she had been hurt.
they show Palestinians
Look
faking
at that.
injuries and a funeral to garner sympathy. Let us examine each of the videos individually. Reverse image search of screenshots from the first video led to a news report carrying identical visuals. The story, published in March 2017, highlights the journey of a Palestinian female makeup artist working in a male-dominated
Makeup
industry.
artist.
According to the report, the visuals show Mariam Salah skillfully making the actors appear to be injured for a project undertaken by a French charity. So, the video is old and unrelated to the conflict. Reverse image search of screenshots from the second video yielded multiple news reports from 2020. These shared the same visuals as showing a fake funeral by a few young Jordanian men who were trying to evade the country's COVID-19.
And I'm sorry, when there happens to be a so-called funeral, they've got these ladies and men around wailing away. Ooh, so sad, so sad. It's all a lie. I'm not saying that there isn't a war there. Yes, there is. But I am saying people are being manipulated and lied to. They have to make it seem worse than what it really is. It all comes down to money and power.
Lockdown rules. And so,
Just
as
leave the-
old, unrelated videos are being shared in connection with the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict, these posts are fake.
That is the circus that has been happening. Okay, we'll do one or two more.
احنا في يوم يا تكحل انتظروا
Don't make it bigger.
يا إيمي يا
Let's take it back.
احنا في يوم يا تكحل انتظروا
Who shot him? Who shot him? Lights, camera, action.
لا يا انت يا
Now they have to carry on acting. Where's the blood and that? Where? Hollywood has come to town. And this is what people give money to, this rubbish. Okay, there's one more. Oh, yeah, this is shopping malls in where? Gaza. Part of the country has actually been, destroyed. Not every single inch of the country. Part of it. Nice, eh? Sure. This is better than, I would say, 99% of anti-shopping malls. Yeah. In South Africa. Yeah. No, Esmond, I don't want you.
How a self-checkout scam gets out of control in an instant. Uh-oh.
You're gonna walk in there. Stop. Do it.
Dude.
Okay. Yeah, I'm outside.
Officer Brown
By
speaking
the
with the loss
machines.
prevention officer. The classic Walmart. And there he is, okay. And let's see it. This reminds me of playing Warcraft on my dad's computer.
Hang
Let me
on,
know if
there's
he blows
something
past.
weird going on
Okay.
here.
Oh, you see,
Wait,
is that a
what?
TV? It's a table. Move it up so you guys can see it. Okay.
Okay, I've got to end this now.
All right,
because
putting
I
one
don't know
thing
what's
Is
in there.
everyone with him or just him?
Just hang on.